red, red flag, red that. No, I have dated some nuts. Yeah. We need like a name for our Q&As, like people asking us questions and us answering them.
Kelly, Carrie, crazy questions.
I don't know, but a lot of the questions that we're getting are more advice.
And people want advice from me.
Literally, you're a queen.
Okay.
You really are. I think that you embody so many amazing things for people. You live a life that
I do live a very fun life, I think.
Yeah. Just like you live a fun life, I think that it's really like you're happy. People are like, how do you show up so happy? But also, you're not always happy. It comes with a lot of different things. I don't know. So, and also, a lot of people really love our relationship and want to know how to have a relationship like we do. On Instagram, I said, we're gonna answer a couple of questions, but we're only going to answer like 4, maybe 5 big questions that people really wanna know, like the juicy stuff or something, like advice, whatever you guys want. We're going to really dive in instead of the one Q&A that we did, and it was like 30 questions.
Yeah, it was like a 50-minute long video.
Yeah, literally was so long, but we wanna give you guys the ability to ask us questions, and we can kind of help you from a motherly sister love place.
Really sisterly?
Yeah, because like you could give sister advice, I could give motherly advice. Like sometimes people need a big sister and sometimes people need a mom.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Let's go. The very first question, which I think is so funny. We were just literally talking about this.
Yeah.
What's your best advice about insecurities? I think especially with teenagers, we're always putting ourselves down and it's really hard to be confident, and you radiate confidence. How do you become so confident?
I just pretend like I don't have any insecurities. Obviously everyone has their own insecurities, but if it's like a switch that you can turn off where it was like, okay, like I'm going to step into this role and be this person where I am confident and outgoing, etc. And I don't know, it just feels so much better to be confident and be happy. So I push myself to be those things.
I really love that. Actually listened to something once that was like, imagine who you want to be. And like put on these glasses, and like these glasses are this different persona, and the person that you are when you have these specific glasses on is confident. You talk to everybody, you have so many friends, and you kind of manifest this person that you want to be, and then you fake it till you make it.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously is a lot harder said than done.
Yeah.
It took me like 3 years to finally be the person and like act how I want to act and like dress how I want to dress and be who I want to be. But it all worked out so well for me, and I'm so happy with who I am and everything like that.
I think that life is about growing, and you're constantly going to be growing and changing, and you have to allow yourself the ability to do that. I mean, I'm 36 years old and I still wake up some days and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so ugly. Like I can't find anything to wear. I feel like my stomach looks so big. I tear myself apart. And one thing that I did, and I think I saw this video where Kendall Jenner put a picture of herself on her mirror, and I put a picture of myself. It was a picture of me when I was 5. And I'm like, all these bad things that I'm saying to myself, I'm saying that to that little girl. And that little girl is a baddie. Like, no, you are beautiful. And I think also starting your day with positivity and give yourself some positive motivation, saying like, I'm beautiful, I'm hardworking. I always say like, I am healthy, I am happy, I'm full of positive energy, I am well rested, and like kind of say all these things to manifest them for myself. And if you tell your brain these things, it is going to become that. So if you're feeling really insecure, tell yourself like, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am confident, and tell yourself that you are all the things that you want to be. I think that's going to be so important, but it is growing, and sometimes we have our good days and sometimes we have our bad days, and that's okay.
Confidence is beauty,
and beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I think the meanest person, like everyone is so scared about what other people think, but I think that the meanest person is yourself.
Exactly.
You are the meanest to yourself. No one is ever going to be as mean to you as you are to yourself in your head. I think that just do whatever you want, because your happiness is what matters.
But ew, because I'm not meaner to myself than these trolls in my comments.
That is so true.
Yeah, they're freaking mean.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
You guys are really gross.
Like, to all those people who think that it's fun to just write mean stuff on my comments.
Or just like super gross, disgusting stuff where it's like, wow, like I gagged a little bit reading
literally,
that.
I feel bad for you. You don't even know me. Like,
Yeah.
I feel bad for you that you feel like you need to be so hateful to someone you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, ew. Okay, this one is fun. What are green flags in teenage boys? Okay, let me tell you, because we have
very different green flags.
Yeah, I have seen quite a few teenage boys that I'm like, red flag, red flag.
Red is my favorite color.
Oh, actually, that is true.
Red is my favorite color. I'm about to dye my hair red.
Oh my gosh, you're giving it away.
Getting my hair done, you guys.
When?
In 6 days.
It's like a dark red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never doing fire truck engine red ever again.
No.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
Grow in our own fashion. Fashion is always growing, always changing. You know what? It looked
Definitely gonna
really
miss the
fire
black.
when you had it.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, green flags for boys. If a boy tells you you're beautiful, like gives you all of those confidence, positive affirmations, all of those things, green flag. That's another thing about confidence. I feel like it's so important for us as moms because teenagers tear themselves apart. They really, really do. Moms, when you see your kids, I am the first person to hype up Kelly's outfit. I am the first person to ask, like, show me a haul of your outfits. Show me a haul of what you went and got shopping. Like, oh, let's do this. You need to be your kid's biggest hype person because they are tearing themselves apart. Do not tell them like, oh, you're wearing that today, or like make negative comments. And I literally learned this the hard way because you're making them feel even worse when it was really hard for them to even just get dressed and try to feel confident in what they're wearing. And they're literally going to a school with a bunch of mean people.
Yeah.
Like, let them live. Green flags for boys.
They have to have robbed like at least 3 people.
No, immediately.
I think like maybe 4.
No. Really love a gentleman. Like, I love to see when a teenage boy opens the door for my daughters. When they take them out, or like they come to the house with flowers, or they really try to make an impression on like me and your dad. Like, to make an impression on your parents is huge. Love that. And I feel like as parents, it's really important for us to see how he's treating you. Does he raise his voice? I will immediately lose it if there is a guy who is controlling to my teenager and tries to tell them what to wear, makes comments about them. Like, that is a huge no. That's not even something that I do. I'm hyping my kids up. I do not want their person to be trying to control who they're allowed to hang out with, what they're allowed to wear. Like, that is a big no.
Because you're not my dad.
No.
And also, even if you were my dad, I wouldn't listen to you.
Like, who are you to tell somebody what they're allowed to wear?
Yeah.
No. Let them go off. Yeah, they love their outfit. They did everything to put that outfit together. They're feeling themselves. They're feeling good. And then a boy who has the absolute nerve to say, oh no, you're not going out like that. No. No. That's a big no.
Yeah.
I literally hate that. But other green flags are working on themselves. Yeah.
Goal-oriented.
Are they working on themselves? Are they
self-care?
Are they pushing for good grades? Do they have goals for college, or even if not going off to college? Because I don't feel like you need college. Toby!
The future in general. I am a very goal-oriented person. So if I can't find someone who is like, if you don't have any goals for the future or like long-term plans, anything like that, it's just so unattractive.
I just feel like it's really important for everybody to have goals. And if it's someone that their goals don't match up with yours, give me a kiss. I love you. My mom hates my boyfriend and refuses to let me see him. What do I do?
I think it depends on the situation. It depends on who your mom is as a person and who the boyfriend is as a person.
Here's the thing. We've been through this before.
Yeah.
I've hated her boyfriends before.
Yeah.
I think as parents, it's so important to just, and I learned this the hard way because I was like, you're not seeing him.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be around this person. And then she started to get sneaky behind my back. So I feel like keeping an open communication, and if you try to make strict, like, oh, I don't like them, you're never gonna see them, like you're not seeing them, strict boundaries, then they're just gonna be sneaking behind your back. So how can we come together and communicate and say, like, maybe you get to see him, but like under my roof where I am able to keep an eye and help support you in a relationship where you love someone, but we're gonna keep open communication. And I also want you to know, like, this guy is nuts and a half. I'm gonna show you, like, these are red flags.
All of my exes are nuts and a half.
Yeah. And honestly, they're all gonna be learning. It's all gonna be a learning curve. I have dated some nuts.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes, but that's how we grow and learn and figure out what we want when we are older and who we want to spend our life with, is through all the frogs that we kiss. But yeah, I think that's going to be really important. You have to have a conversation with your mom and say, like, how can we meet in the middle here?
Yeah.
Because I don't want a relationship with my mom of distrust. And I think that if you come from a space like that, I think it would be helpful.
I agree.
Don't you?
Yeah.
She was sneaking behind my back.
Yeah. I think that went on for like 2 months.
Yeah, it was not good. And I was like, okay, wait, rewind. We need to, how do we move on from here?
Yeah.
This guy was not good. Like, really, really, really not good. But we live and we learn, okay? And I'm proud of you. Last question. I really want to have a relationship with my mom like you guys have. What advice do you have to help build a better relationship with my mom? And I get this all the time. How do you guys have such a good relationship? Do you guys get along so well? Like, I want to have this with my mom, or I want to have this with my daughter. What would you tell a teenager who wants to have a good relationship with their mom? How would you tell them to get there?
I would highly suggest going to therapy. First of all, I would highly suggest going to therapy and just having, like, I don't know,
a mediator in the middle.
A mediator, that's the right word, yeah.
Yeah, a mediator in the middle. We've always had our ups and downs. The reason that we're so close is because...
Also because we're so similar, too.
Yeah, and we literally grew up together. I had her when I was 18 years old. I think that therapy was really, really important because there were just some things we weren't seeing. I think that when you communicate a lot, it's really helpful. As a teenager, it's really important to know that your mom is human and just trying to figure life out just like you are. She's just been doing it for a little bit longer, but that doesn't mean that she's perfect. That doesn't mean that she knows what she's doing, because I don't.
No, but I'm perfect, though.
There's literally not a manual on how to parent, so you are pretty much perfect.
I'm like actually perfect though. Like I don't have any flaws. I feel like
absolutely not.
There's nothing on my end that I would have to do.
No. Immediately no.
No.
No, you're absolutely perfect. I feel like with our relationship, there's been a lot of growth.
I agree.
And as a mom, I always think, like, okay, what is Kelly really like? What can we do together? Because life is all about creating memories with the people that you love. So I'm always trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to create memories? Like, how can we do something special together? And that's how you're gonna continue to build that relationship. It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of communication. It's a lot of hanging out. And sometimes as a mom, like, I have to do stuff that maybe I wouldn't love to do, but hey, I know that she really loves this, so I'm gonna do this with her, and we're gonna make it fun. Or things that we have in common, we'll do a lot, like shopping or whatever. Like, we love that stuff, so we will always do that together. And have go through some counseling together, have a mediator to figure out how can you guys both best build a relationship, because I promise you, chances are your mom wants a relationship as well. Your mom does not want to sit there and fight and nag all the time. You guys probably want the exact same thing. So it's trying to figure out, what can we do to get there.
Yeah.
And I think it all starts with a conversation.
Also, definitely, like, don't argue. Arguing is, like, you just need to have, like, a calm, more civilized, like, conversation. I feel like when it comes to communication. How many people will, like, go to arguing instead of communicating to the point where it's, like, not a good conversation anymore? That's not how you build a good relationship with arguing. You have to be like, oh, okay, I feel this way, and this is why. And then how do you feel? It has to be mature and...
Like, she is wise above her years. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I needed to hear that. Like, she is a really, really good person to talk to, and she does think about it from both sides. Like,
I try to be unbiased. I really do.
She really is. You really are such a good person. I don't know where you get it.
It was probably from my dad. No.
No, okay. That's fine. Having a good relationship with your parents really just starts with the communication. Like, hey, mom or dad, I would really love to hang out.
Yeah.
I really want to build a better relationship. I'm so sick of fighting all the time. Like, how can we... Sometimes you got to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
How can we get there? Or if you're the parent, tell your teenager, like, hey, I am so tired of fighting all the time. Like, how can we meet in the middle and have, like, start to build a better relationship?
Yeah.
I love it. And I really love you. I'm so happy that you're my baby. Loves hugs.
I love hugs.
If Kelly could pick, like, her #1 love language, it'd be physical touch, and she just wants hugged all the time.
I would probably...
Okay, thank you guys for hanging out, and I will do another questions maybe next month. I watch out for it on my Instagram stories, and we'll see you guys next Sunday at noon. Bye.